One quiet morning, Buddha walked along a dusty path leading to a secluded village nestled among lush green hills. Villagers whispered about a man who lived apart, shunning their greetings and the warmth of shared lives. Master, I seek enlightenment through solitude, yet my heart feels empty, and my mind wanders in restless despair. Buddha opened his eyes gently, his gaze radiating calmness and wisdom that enveloped the young monk's troubled spirit. Buddha stood at the edge of the field, his presence calm and inviting, waiting for the man to notice. The man, named Dhanush, paused his labor, wiping sweat from his brow, noticing the stranger standing quietly by the path. "Who are you, traveler?" Dhanush asked, his voice guarded but tinged with curiosity at the serene figure before him. "I am one who seeks to share the truth," Buddha replied, his words soft yet resonating deeply with unspoken meaning. Dhanush hesitated, then gestured for Buddha to sit beneath a nearby tree, its shade offering solace from the sun. Buddha accepted the invitation, settling gracefully, his gaze steady on Dhanush as he began to speak. "Dhanush, I see the strength of your body, but I also see the weariness hidden within your heart," Buddha said. Dhanush looked away, his hands trembling slightly as he sought to mask the vulnerability Buddha's words stirred within him. "I work hard, that's all. There's nothing more to see," Dhanush said, his tone defensive but faltering. He began to share a story, his voice rich with compassion, painting vivid images within the minds of his disciples. "There was once a merchant," Buddha began, "who journeyed far and wide, seeking treasures of immense value and rarity. I do not need others. They only complicate life," Dhanush muttered, his voice carrying a defensive edge. Buddha tilted his head slightly, his gaze piercing yet kind, and asked, "Do you not feel the weight of loneliness?" Dhanush stiffened, his grip tightening on the tool he held, as if physical strength could shield him from the question. "Loneliness is better than betrayal or conflict. Alone, I answer to no one," Dhanush finally replied, his voice tinged with bitterness. Buddha remained composed, his words unfolding like a stream flowing around a stone. "And yet, rivers flow to the ocean, seeking unity." Dhanush sat down, reluctantly drawn to the conversation. He gazed at the horizon, seeking escape but finding none. "Unity sounds beautiful in words, but it demands trust, and trust is fragile," Dhanush said, his tone heavy with doubt. Buddha nodded slightly. "True, trust is fragile. Ananda, do not be disheartened. Reconnecting with others is the first step toward nurturing the garden of your soul," Buddha said. "The world is like a vast forest. Each tree supports its neighbors, and together they withstand storms and flourish." Buddha added, "Do not seek enlightenment in the absence of connection but in the presence of shared wisdom and mutual growth," Buddha advised. "This soil you till, its strength lies in the nutrients shared within. Such is life." Dhanush stared at the ground, his thoughts churning like a river rushing through a valley, carving new paths within. "I see neighbors talking, laughing, living together, but their disputes always follow," Dhanush said, his voice conflicted yet thoughtful. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the disciples dispersed, their hearts resonating with Buddha's profound wisdom and timeless compassion. Ananda lingered for a moment, his eyes fixed on the entwined branches of the trees, a symbol of the strength and unity. Buddha's teachings echoed in the forest, carried by the whispers of the wind, a reminder of the truth in connection. And so, the lesson lived on, a beacon of hope and guidance for those who sought the path to enlightenment. "So you say I should risk pain, arguments, even betrayal, just to gain fleeting moments of companionship?" Dhanush asked. Buddha replied, his voice unwavering yet gentle. "Companionship nourishes the spirit, while isolation binds it in chains of stagnation. The wind rustled through the trees, carrying Buddha's words like seeds dispersed to fertile ground waiting to embrace them. Dhanush clenched his hands, his heart torn between the safety of solitude and the challenge of connection. Buddha watched patiently, allowing Dhanush to wrestle with his thoughts, offering space for reflection and self-realization. You seem certain of this. Have you never experienced pain from others? No betrayal or disappointment? Dhanush questioned. Buddha's eyes reflected profound understanding. I have faced all these and more. Yet, love and compassion endure beyond suffering. Dhanush exhaled deeply, his body slumping slightly as exhaustion and a yearning for change crept into his weary heart. How do I begin? After shutting the door for so long? How do I mend what I broke? Dhanush asked. Buddha's voice carried hope as he answered. Begin by listening, with an open heart. Every word exchanged is a thread of connection. Dhanush nodded slowly, as though the threads of possibility were beginning to weave themselves into a fragile but growing tapestry. Buddha rose gracefully, the sunlight forming a halo around him as he prepared to depart. The path awaits you, Dhanush. Dhanush watched the serene figure walk away, his mind a whirlwind of emotions, thoughts, and newfound determination. For the first time in years, Dhanush stepped toward the village, each step feeling heavy yet filled with purpose. As he approached the familiar yet distant faces of his neighbors, he felt both fear and hope intertwine within him. Dhanush greeted a passing woman, her surprise evident as she smiled warmly. A spark of connection was ignited. The journey ahead would be long, but in his heart, Dhanush carried the words and wisdom of the Buddha. His solitude was no longer a shield but a memory. As he took the first steps toward a life reborn, another day, another step toward the village, Dhanush began to thread himself into the rhythm of communal life. The market bustled with laughter and chatter, each sound filling the void he once believed protected him from harm. Dhanush offered his help to a merchant struggling with heavy sacks, earning a sincere smile and words of gratitude. Through small acts, Dhanush discovered moments of connection, each thread weaving his heart closer to those he once avoided. The farmer walked away with hope in his heart, a reminder that bonds of love are the roots of resilience. Under the Bodhi tree, Buddha continued his vigil, his presence guiding the disciples toward compassion, wisdom, and unity on their paths. His teachings remained a beacon, illuminating the truth love shared in grief is a lotus blooming even amidst muddy waters. Another day, another moment beneath the ancient Bodhi tree, where disciples gathered to hear the wisdom emanating from Buddha's serene presence. You have returned, Dhanush. Tell me, what thoughts burden your soul? Buddha's voice carried clarity and compassion. Dhanush lowered himself onto the grass, uncertain of how to express the tangled emotions within him. I feel both joy and fear, Dhanush admitted, his voice trembling slightly under Buddha's steady gaze. Joy springs from connection, yet fear shadows the vulnerability it demands, Buddha observed, his tone gentle but probing. Dhanush nodded, his heart aching with the truth of Buddha's words. I worry this path may break me again, yet without walking this path, you starve your spirit of growth, Buddha replied, his wisdom a beacon in the dark. Dhanush inhaled deeply, seeking strength. I have helped others, but I still keep part of myself hidden, afraid of rejection. Buddha studied him, his expression thoughtful. Fear of rejection chains the heart, but openness unlocks life's boundless possibilities. Dhanush gazed at the villagers nearby, their faces reflecting camaraderie and trust he had yet to fully embrace. What if pain is the price of connection? Dhanush asked, his voice heavy with apprehension and doubt. The disciples sat in silence, their minds absorbing Buddha's story like the earth absorbing the nourishing rain from the skies. Buddha turned to Sariputta, his gaze steady yet comforting. Reconnection requires humility, courage, and the willingness to bridge the distance with love. Dhanush reflected on his past, recalling moments of both joy and sorrow that shaped the man sitting before Buddha. I see their smiles, their trust in each other. I fear I cannot offer the same, Dhanush confessed. Buddha placed a hand on the ground beside him. Even barren soil can yield fruit when nurtured with care. Dhanush considered this. His thoughts circling the seeds of possibility, Buddha's words planted within his heart. As the villagers dispersed, an elderly woman approached, holding a basket filled with freshly picked flowers. These are for the temple, she explained, her frail hands trembling slightly under the basket's weight. Dhanush stood and offered his help, surprising both the woman and himself with the ease of his actions. Together, they walked to the temple, her stories filling the silence he had once feared sharing with strangers. Her words painted images of family, festivals, and faith, each story weaving threads that mended Dhanush's solitude. You've brightened my day, she said as they reached the temple, her smile a beacon of gratitude. Buddha observed from a distance, his eyes reflecting quiet approval as Dhanush embraced the essence of interaction that felt. In the pond, the lotuses continued to bloom, their beauty reflecting the truth of Buddha's words, timeless and universal in nature. Fulfilling, Dhanush admitted to Buddha later, as he returned to sit beneath the banyan tree. Each act of kindness grows the bonds that sustain life, Buddha said, his tone carrying both encouragement and wisdom. Dhanush gazed at the temple, now adorned with the flowers he helped deliver. I want more of this feeling. Buddha nodded, his expression serene. Then continue to open your heart, even in the face of fear. Vulnerability births strength. Dhanush exhaled, his resolve solidifying as he realized the depth of the transformation unfolding within him. I will keep going, even if the path is difficult, Dhanush said, his voice steady with determination. Buddha stood, his presence commanding yet gentle. Remember, Dhanush, every step taken in unity strengthens the soul in the world. Dhanush watched Buddha leave, his heart no longer hesitant but filled with purpose to mend and build connection. Another day, another act of kindness. Dhanush began weaving himself into the fabric of the village. He repaired fences, shared harvests, and joined festivities, each action creating bonds that grew stronger with time. Buddha's gaze fell upon him, filled with infinite compassion and wisdom. The greatest teaching is simple yet profound. Let go. Buddha began, his voice steady yet gentle. His disciples exchanged curious glances, intrigued by his seemingly paradoxical words. To let go is not to lose but to gain, Buddha continued, his gaze unwavering. A disciple named Rahula hesitantly asked, Master, how can releasing attachment lead to fulfillment when it feels like losing everything? Buddha's smile held an unspoken understanding. Imagine a man clinging to a burning log, fearing the depths of the river below, Buddha said, his tone calm. Though he clings tightly, the flames burn his hands, causing agony and despair. He elaborated, when he releases the log, he discovers the river's cool embrace, saving him from suffering. Buddha explained, you have embraced the path. Dhanush, tell me, what have you discovered? Buddha asked, his tone inviting reflection. I have learned that connection feeds the soul, while isolation starves it, Dhanush replied, his voice steady and grateful. And what of vulnerability? Buddha questioned, his gaze steady but kind. I feared it, but now I see it as strength. Opening my heart has brought joy beyond measure, Dhanush answered. Buddha smiled, his approval evident. Your journey is a testament to the power of compassion and the resilience of the human spirit. Dhanush bowed his head, his gratitude deep and sincere. Thank you for guiding me, even when I doubted myself. The guidance is but a seed. You nurtured it into growth, Buddha said, his voice rich with wisdom. Dhanush watched as Buddha departed, his heart filled with a sense of rebirth and renewed purpose. Another day. Another step toward harmony. Dhanush vowed to continue weaving himself into the tapestry of humanity. The village thrived, their bonds strengthened by the transformation of one man's heart and the Buddha's timeless teachings. Another day, another thread woven into the fabric of the village. Dhanush felt the strength of connection growing. The morning sun illuminated the village, its golden rays revealing the bustling energy of a community united by shared purpose. Dhanush helped carry water to the fields, repair roofs, and teach children, each act deepening his bond with the villagers. One evening, dark clouds loomed over the village, their ominous presence a stark contrast to the vibrant spirit below. The rain began gently, then escalated into a torrential downpour, its relentless force threatening the safety of the villagers. Water gushed through the streets, flooding homes and fields. As villagers scrambled to save their belongings and protect their families, Dhanush rallied the villagers, his voice steady and commanding, urging them to work together to combat the growing crisis. We must act quickly and with unity. Alone, we are weak, but together, we can overcome this storm, Dhanush proclaimed. Villagers formed groups, some redirecting water with makeshift channels, others reinforcing barriers to prevent further damage to their homes. Dhanush joined the efforts, his hands blistered and his body soaked, yet his spirit unwavering in the face of adversity. The storm raged through the night, testing the villagers' resilience and their newfound unity forged through Dhanush's transformation. As dawn broke, the rain subsided, leaving behind a village marked by struggle but also by the triumph of cooperation. Exhausted but relieved, the villagers gathered to assess the damage and celebrate their collective strength in overcoming the storm. Dhanush stood among them, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude for the bonds they had built together. Buddha arrived, his presence serene amidst the remnants of chaos, his gaze resting on Dhanush with quiet admiration. You have shown great leadership and compassion. Dhanush, what have you learned through this trial? Buddha asked. Dhanush bowed his head, his voice filled with humility. I have learned that unity turns hardship into strength and fear into hope. Buddha nodded, his eyes reflecting profound understanding. Indeed, challenges reveal the true depth of human connection and the power of shared purpose. The villagers approached Buddha, their faces expressing gratitude for Dhanush's teachings and the wisdom that had guided them through the storm. Your actions inspired us, Dhanush. Without your courage, we might have faltered, an elder said, his voice trembling with emotion. Dhanush felt tears welling in his eyes, the weight of their words filling him with a deep sense of fulfillment. You have all taught me the value of togetherness, Dhanush replied, his voice steady despite the emotions surging within him. Buddha stepped forward, addressing the gathered villagers. Let this trial be a testament to the strength born of compassion and unity. The villagers listened intently, their hearts open to the wisdom of the enlightened teacher who stood among them. Connection is the foundation of life, Buddha continued. The disciples pondered his words, their minds absorbing the teachings like seeds planted in fertile soil. Change is the essence of life, Buddha concluded, his tone steady yet uplifting. As the village began its recovery, Dhanush worked tirelessly alongside his neighbors, rebuilding not just homes but the spirit of the community. Another day, another bond strengthened. Dhanush became a source of inspiration, his journey a beacon of hope for all. Ananda and Surya bowed deeply, their gratitude emanating through their gestures. The forest, alive with the chorus of nature, seemed to echo the teachings shared in this sacred moment. How does this realization feel within your heart? Buddha asked during a quiet moment. Dhanush sat beside Buddha, his expression contemplative. It feels as though my heart has finally found its place within this world. And what do you see for the future, my disciple? Buddha asked, his tone inviting reflection and introspection. I see a future where bonds grow stronger, where compassion guides us, and where challenges are met with unity, Dhanush replied. Buddha's serene smile deepened. Such a vision is the essence of enlightenment. You have embodied my teachings with grace and humility. His heart blossomed with courage. Buddha, Jaya confessed upon returning. Life beyond the monastery is both daunting and exhilarating. How do I navigate its challenges? With mindfulness, Buddha replied. Mindfulness grounds you in the present, balancing your journey between action and reflection. Each moment offers a choice, Buddha continued. Mindfulness reveals the path of compassion, ensuring your steps align with your purpose. Jaya bowed in gratitude, his spirit uplifted by Buddha's unwavering support. His journey of transformation was far from complete. The first light of dawn kissed the horizon, its arrival both gentle and inevitable. Buddha led them further upward, the summit within reach, its promise woven into the air. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.